Welcome back to our channel, Aces TV. Ikat tayo rito sa rooftop kung saan ang aking hydroponic farm. Harvest lang ako ng pechay guys para sa aking lulutuin for today. Luluto ako ng shrimp, ginisang shrimp, tapos lalagyan ko ng pechay. Harvest tayo ng pechay. Update din tayo sa ating mini hydroponic farm. Yan guys, binago ko na naman yung aking setup ng aking farm kasi you remember yung dati kong setup, yung dalawang tubo para ulit siya higit sa other. Ang problema pag nag-harvest ako, malalaki na yung pechay, mahirap dukutin yung pangalawang tubo, kaya binago ko na naman. Binalik ko siya sa dating setup pero naka-elevate ito gaya din dati. Tapos yung dalawang tubo yun pa rin naka-L shape. Yan, ilagyan ko na rin ng gap bawat isa kasi masyadong dikit-dikit. Yan guys, malalaki na yun. Ilagyan ko siya ng gap bawat pag malaki na siya hindi magkadikit-dikit. Yan lang ang ating update sa ating itong kagandahan guys. Ito ang perks pag ikaw ay mayroong sariling tanim, homegrown. Anytime na gustuhin mo, makaka-harvest ka. Kailangan guys, in today's video guys, ang ating featured video ngayon, marami kasi nagtatanong paano sa mga kagaya ng iba nasa malalamig na lugar, ano daw ang gagawin nila, nasa malalamig sila, hindi daw mabubuhay ang ano. So itong feature video natin, isang mamshi na nasa US siya guys. Sobrang lamig ngayon na may part na nag-snow. So ang ginawa niya na indoor hydroponic, ano siya, indoor, na kapag tanim pa rin siya ng gulay, so indoor. Samahan nyo ako guys, panoorin natin siya kung paano niya ginawa yung kanyang mini farm indoor sa loob ng kanyang bahay. Gumagamit siya syempre ng LED grow lights. Kaya tara, stay tuned, panoorin natin yung video na to.
We are going to look at all the different vegetables I have growing indoors without soil. I'll show you a couple different types of mediums that I am using this year and which ones I am having the best luck with and which ones I'm probably not going to use in the future. So stick around and I will show you everything that's growing in my little indoor garden. This here is my pepper plant collection. I had them growing outside the grow tent on my shelf under the lights, and they are getting quite big now, so I've moved them into the grow tent and they seem to be really liking the nice warm humid atmosphere in here. The jalapeno is coming along nicely. I'm not seeing too many signs of any blooms yet, but I think they're going to be coming shortly. Chili peppers still waiting for some blooms to show up on them. And these are all growing in water. I used the rock wool to start all these seeds and the clay balls. So these are a couple of my sweet peppers. This is the Sunbright pepper. It is a yellow pepper, sweet pepper, as I said. And as you can see here, we got some signs of blooms coming pretty soon. This candy cane pepper is also a sweet pepper that I've never grown before. It's probably the biggest plant that I have going right now. I might give it a bit of a pruning. It's loaded up with blooms coming here pretty soon. And I actually cut the hole in the top here a little bit too big, and it's starting to fall through because it's getting pretty heavy. So I'm just going to have to do some repair work on my container, give it a pruning, and hopefully we'll see some fruit coming here in the next couple weeks. I'm noticing now that these peppers are also drinking a lot of nutrients, so I have to keep an eye on them and top it up usually once a week before they dry out. I find the peppers pretty hardy when you give them a good cutting like this and pruning. They seem to, doesn't cause them too much stress. They seem to bounce back okay. Get a little more airflow under there. So I do have fans running inside the grow tent to help with pollination. I find peppers one of the most gratifying indoor vegetables to grow. They seem to always do well and flourish and produce some nice peppers. So I cut my hole a little too big for this, and the weight of the plant is starting to cause it to fall through, so I'm going to just do a bit of repair. So there's how the roots are looking right now. So this here is my Russian Saskatchewan tomato plant that is looking really good. I brought it out of my grow tent just to give it a bit of a pruning. I want to refresh the nutrients a bit in it, and also I'm seeing that it's getting quite a bit of a lean to it because it's getting very heavy. So I'm going to try and figure out a way to trellis this inside my grow tent. So I ordered these from Amazon a while ago as something that I thought would be good to use inside my grow tent when I need to trellis my plants, or I was thinking of my cucumbers mainly, but I'm looking at these things in this string here and thinking I can come up with some kind of a trellising system for my tomato. Okay, so I think I have remedied the situation here for my tomato plant that was starting to fall over because of the weight of the stalk and the size of the plant. So what I've done here is attached a string around a larger. Okay, so I think I got this at a good level now. Here you can see the stalk is nice and straight. So hopefully this is going to keep the tomato straight and happy and producing more tomatoes. So I think one of my new favorites to use now to start my seeds and grow my indoor hydroponic plants is using the cocoa core here. I bought a couple of these little blocks this size here and mixed it up in a small container like this, and it's more than enough to use for all my plants. I kind of like it because it resembles soil. It's not too messy. You can see here I got it set up. So I usually start out with putting an inch or so of the clay balls in just to kind of hold the cocoa core in so it doesn't fall through into the water. And then just plant up my seeds. And this I just have to keep it moist until the seeds have germinated and I got a good root system established. I keep it moist by spritzing it a couple times a day. So very easy to plant into. So I've seen a lot of videos where they suggest using the perlite as a medium to start seeds in and to grow in, using the Kratky method or the DWC method. So that's what I did with this batch of lettuce, and I probably won't do it again. I found it really messy. I found that, you know, the perlite falls through the net cups quite easily, so the water's got a lot of that floating around in it. And whenever I spritz the perlite, it would kind of splatter all over the place. You can see it's all over the top of my container here. So I put a layer of sphagnum moss on top just to kind of hold it down and keep that moist. So I do have some lettuces going here using this medium, but again, probably won't in the future. One thing that I tried for the first time is radishes. Again, I used the perlite to put about 9 seeds in the center of this container. They look like they're doing really well, and I have some bulbs forming here, so I should be able to harvest some radishes for my next salad, hopefully in another week or so. I think the next batch will probably go onto some coconut coir instead. Look at the roots here that are coming with this radish, and my lettuces here. But like I said, I don't really like how messy my nutrient water is. As you can see, it's full of a lot of floating perlite. So, not my favorite, but it works. As you can see here, I also have a cucumber coming that I started up in coconut coir, and I'm hoping that I can have success. I'm going to try growing this cucumber plant outside the grow tent, just on my shelf here under lights. And I want to give you an update on my sweet Italian pepper that I did a video on last week. It was not doing well. It had some stem rot. The leaves were turning color. It was very unhappy. And my video was all about treating using hydrogen peroxide, which I'm happy to say has given some positive results. I think this plant is getting too big to be under the lights. It's going to go back into my grow tent, but you can see that we have some blooms coming now. So I will put it in with my other peppers. I've been using my diluted peroxide and water mixture here and giving it a little spritz. So I'm hopeful that the problem has been rectified in this pepper, and it's going to be able to produce some peppers for me in the next month or so. So this is the container that I set up with, and I planted about 4 tomato seeds in here. They all germinated and sprouted, so I didn't want them to all grow in this one container, and rather than killing off the others, I took them out and was able to replant them into new containers. So if all goes well, I have 3 more tomato plants going here. So far I've been able to enjoy several salads with my lettuce and my onions and some of my microgreens that I have grown. I'm looking forward to a time when I will have tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers also ready to enjoy with my lettuce. If you enjoyed watching this video on how to grow your own food indoors without using soil, I would appreciate you leaving a comment, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss out on the next video coming to my channel. Thanks for watching.